Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good evening to everyone. So today I'm with one of the correspondents from Ohana Sushi and the owner of Selam Maut, and me and Arif as the representative for our group, Wizbiz. So we would like to ask some questions for the interview. Hamzah bin Zohaid, as
Yes.
the correspondence for Ohana Sushi, I want to ask, what does Ohana Sushi stands for?
Okay. So just to make things clear, I'm not the owner of Ohana Sushi. I'm just correspondence. The owner of Ohana Sushi is actually my brother and his wife. So I'm just a correspondence and also a representative of my brother as the owner of Ohana Sushi. So going back to the question, what does Ohana Sushi stands for? Ohana Sushi stands for um, in trying to invite people towards liking the Japanese cuisine. Also, what we actually sell, which is sushi. So Japanese sushi with a Malaysian twist and also a budgetful food product. So we aim to introduce Japanese cuisine towards Langkawi people. Yeah, so that's what Ohana sushi stands for. It's also family in a way.
Well, that's very interesting. Thank you, Hamza. So now moving on to Harid Shamim. As the owner of Selam Maut, as I know, Selam Maut is a bundle store, but we all want to know, what does Selam Maut stands for?
Alright, Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Harid Shamim, or people call me Pian. I am the owner of Selam. So basically, we all know that Selam is the combination of two words, which are the Salam and Maut. Salam is mean the action that I do whenever I go to thrift shop. The Malay people call it Salam, or English we call it curated. So I select the selected items that can be resell with a high value price, and the Maut is the level of my passion towards the selling these selected items from the thrift shop. Yes, and then I choose those two words and combine because it is easy to pronounce, and sometimes people will say it's weird why I use the word, and weird things will get attract people. That's all.
Thank you, Harid or Pian. Now we know where the names came from, Ohana Sushi and Selam Maut. So
Yes.
moving on to the next question. Hamza, I would really want to know, when was Ohana Sushi established, and maybe you can share with us what was the inspiration.
So Ohana Sushi was established in early of 2019, before the world was hit with the coronavirus pandemic. So we had 1 year before we were hit with the pandemic, and also in terms of inspiration, my actually this was started by my sister-in-law, my brother's wife. So the inspiration was the passion of my sister-in-law and the interest she had in Japanese cuisine, especially in sushi nigiri, which was the first menu that was ever created in the business. So yeah, that's when it was started in early of 2019, and the inspiration was my sister-in-law's interest in Japanese cuisine.
Thank you, Hamza. And Pian, you are currently 20 years old, and I assume that you are very young to be an entrepreneur, especially in terms of selling clothes. So the same question goes to you. When was Selam established, and what was your inspiration?
All right. I started my business on March 2020, a week before the MCO. Uh, At first, I didn't expect that I will be an entrepreneur to sell used clothes, but the inspiration came from Ashraf Anwar, the founder of Savage Store. He is same age as me, but he managed to gain massive income, buy his own house with the income from selling used clothes. And actually, I started in thrifting since I was in uh, primary school, where I go to thrift shop, and sometimes I didn't expect what could I bring to home. Then the passion, when I understand how the used clothes can be sell, and make a good fashion to people. And I start to I want to try to inspire people out there to try thrifting.
Thank you, Pian. So looking at the dates of the establishment of your both businesses, the dates are near to the MCO. So Pian, I want to ask, maybe you can share the struggles when you want to begin your business.
All right, there are a lot of struggles. I managed to. Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Pian.
All right. So some of the struggles to start my own business is I have to gain trust from the customers itself, and then with the equipment that I have that time, I don't have a nice camera to share my products to the audience, and I managed to learn from the top sellers, from my idols, Ashraf Anwar itself, to more achieve more. We can say that engagement from the audience, and Alhamdulillah, I managed to I managed to gain more audience through the social media platforms. That's it.
Thank you, Pian. And Hamza, doing the food business, maybe the MCO negatively affected it. So maybe you can also share the struggles to start this business.
Yes, sure. Since I mentioned just now, we started in the early of 2019. So actually, MCO didn't actually affect much. In fact, it actually helped us in terms of our business because initially at 2019, the biggest struggle was to create a brand awareness, to introduce the product to Langkawi people because our sushi only revolves around Langkawi, and also is to create and gain customers' trust and interest towards the product. Because in Langkawi, we only have one like main store that actually sells sushi, which is Sushi King. There's only one Sushi King in Langkawi, so we needed to compete also in a way. But in terms of how MCO affected, I don't think it affected much because we apply the concept of COD. So when MCO hit us, it actually increases our business even more and expand even more because the demand for COD foods increased during MCO. So yeah, in terms of struggle, that's only towards the beginning. But when MCO hit, alhamdulillah, it helped us in a way to expand our business.
Well, that's new. We often heard that people are struggling to do business during MCO, but Hamza here managed to expand and increase the sales revenue for his business. So maybe the last question from me for both of you guys. For Hamza first, how many types of products, maybe types of sushi, does your company sells and offer?
So as I mentioned just now, initially we only sold like one type of sushi, which is the sushi nigiri. But now we have up to almost 20 different types of menu, which range from sushi. Also, we have rolls. There's California rolls, California temaki, and also now recently added menu, which is very new and very fast selling in Langkawi. We have sushi mentai. So we offer multiple types of sushi mentai. Also, we have the egg mentai, we have crab stick, we even have a kani octopus, which is the commonly small purple octopus. So alhamdulillah, and that's also a form of expansion we have from just selling one type of sushi. We now have like multiple types of sushi in our business.
That sounds really delicious, especially during this interview. I'm eager to try those sushi.
Yes.
But now
Yes,
moving on to Pian.
to come to Langkawi.
Yeah, maybe maybe later. But now moving on to Pian, maybe you can share with us how many types of clothes does your company sell, and maybe what kind of fashion that you are concentrating on.
All right, thank you, Aiman. So basically, I'm selling three types of clothes. The first one is hoodies, second one is sweatshirt, and the vintage jackets. I prefer to sell outerwear like those things because whenever I created the item from the thrift shop, it comes with good condition since people do not wear the outerwear every day like t-shirts. That is why I love to sell outerwear. And then I focusing more on the design itself, not just only the brand, because sometimes a good brands doesn't come with good design, and good design doesn't come with a famous brand. That's it.
That's a good tips from Pian. And now we all know what you guys are selling. I guess that's all from me. But now maybe Arif have some questions to ask. Arif?
All right. Thank you, Aiman. Assalamualaikum. I'm Husaini bin Badlisha. I am one of two of the social media awareness executives. And I'm going to ask Hamza and Pian a few questions about your businesses. So, first to Hamza. You're the correspondent for Ohana Sushi. First question I'd like to ask is the recipe for your products original or was it created by the people in your business?
The recipe mostly is all original because we focus on producing like budget sushi. Like you can taste the sushi, but at the same time we keep the quality. Although we budget sushi, but the quality is just same like where you would get original sushi. So the recipe was derived from numerous R&D, research and development and testing, and was later personally perfected by my own sister-in-law because she's I would say the chef behind all the recipes and the ingredients. And for your information, my sister-in-law does all the cooking personally on her own for the time being because we have not been able to expand and get like additional workers and whatnot. So she's only usually helped by her mother and also my own mother also. So yeah, but I would say the recipe is original. We have our own touch in the sushi that we sell.
I see. It should be good to have an original recipe because you need to stand out. And so that your sushi is unique for everyone.
Yes. Yes.
Moving on to Pian, my question to you is, since you are of course, the owner of Selam, I'll ask,
Arif? Arif, are you there?
I think his line got stuck. I think it's okay.
are
All right, he's back.
all right, I would like to ask, where do you supply and restock your thrift clothing?
Thank you, Arif. I usually restock my thrift clothing from a random thrift shop. Wherever I go, I found a thrift shop. I enter the thrift shop, and I select the items that with good condition. And maybe sometimes I focus more on brands with a low price, so I can mark up the price to my audience. And then I'm at the same time I'm focusing more on outerwear like jackets, sweatshirts, and hoodies. Thank you, Arif.
I see, that shows a lot. Moving on to Hamza, I would like to ask, what are your target customers?
My target customers would definitely be focusing on sushi lovers who would want to eat the sushi with a fraction of the price that most sushi restaurants are selling. Because just to put it into comparison, let's just say a normal sushi plate, I wouldn't mention any company if it's sensitive, but a normal sushi plate, you will get like 2 pieces of sushi for like at least 4 to 5 ringgit. But in Ohana Sushi Langkawi, we offer like one box of sushi with which have 4 different types of sushi for at least minimum we sell at least 5 ringgit. So yeah, our target audience is for those people that wants to have sushi but can't afford to actually go to like a real restaurant which at a very high price. So we sell it in a very budgetful price. So that's our target customers and audience.
I see you're certainly giving sushi to those people. I would also like to ask Pian about that. Who are your target customers?
Right. So basically, my target customer is to those who love to get involved in fashion, especially in streetwear fashion or vintage fashion. And most of the time, most of my customers that bought my thrift clothes were teenagers, and some of them also adults, and those who need the outfit, the jackets to wear during the night. I might sell it to them, and then I like to communicate with people who like to ask for inspiration to get how to dress up. Sometimes I will recommend to them. Yes, that is my target customer, the teenagers who love to dress up.
All right, thanks, Pian. All right, Hamza.
Yes.
This is my final question.
Right.
Of course, your
Sure.
operation is mostly confined to Langkawi,
Mhm.
but I would like to ask, is there any hopes in expanding your business to delivering the best sushi outside of the island?
For the time being, I would say that my brother and my sister-in-law are just planning to just get a hold of Langkawi's crowd first in the time being, because they're only like 2 years into the business. So they aim to focus on Langkawi's brand. So just to go bigger and better within Langkawi jurisdiction first, because it might take a while for us to actually expand towards outside Langkawi and go into mainland, because since it's I would say a family business, so we don't really have outside workers and we don't have like proper machines like big companies, big sushi companies have. So for the time being, we only wish to expand even bigger to cover the entire area of Langkawi. Yeah, that would be the inspiration.
All right, thank you, Hamza.
Yes, you're welcome.
And finally, Pian, you definitely have a thriving business now. But are there any hopes in expanding your business meanwhile?
From my observation about my business, I see that there is still a hope where people around me still support my business. My audience still support my business. They still buy it from me, and I plan to invest some of the incomes to buy the best equipment to share my products on the social media. And then from my observation too, I can say that I am comfortable doing this business for a long term, and I hope that this business can help me to get a positive cash flow. Thank you.
All right, that's all the questions that we have. I pass it on to Aiman.
Okay, I guess those are just the questions. So, in conclusion, we can say that online business are open for youth, not just for adults and for businessmen or businesswomen. Now, all people can pursue online business. Just looking at Pian and Hamza, they are just 20 years old but still manage to do or to sell things via online. So the reason why we conduct this interview is to raise awareness to all the people out there, to all the youth out there, to be brave and try to pursue this online business industry. So I guess that's all. Thank you, Pian and Hamza, and I hope that your businesses will expand in the future, and I hope we can talk in the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hope you
Thank
have
you,
this
Right.
everyone.
Right.
in the future.
Thank you. Bye bye.